season. Even with like I mentioned Pat and the mom, but Pat also step up all the time. Like when my daughter was born, she literally sent my daughter money. If it's February have 28 days in a month, she would send her $28 and say put in her fundings. Like this is something that we've been doing. Those are people who are intentional and people who wants to make you know like, hey, I am here for you. I love you. Whatever and it don't always have to be, you know, you do. And then listen, in the friendship you're trapped, it's not when you do me, I do you.
No, because you're just doing it because they want to.
Exactly. Like when you do things for me, it's not, or you do things for Seven, you're not thinking like
you do me.
Or you're not thinking that when I have my own baby, Gorb will have to do that. No, I don't. You don't expect nothing. You know I'm going to show up.
Emo Talk Show.
Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Emo Talk Show, your platform for all things African issues impacting the African diaspora. We are back with another episode, and today I'm so excited to have my guests introduce themselves to you guys because this is a long time friend. And so I would like Gorpu to please introduce herself to you guys. Tell us who you are.
Yes. My name is Gorpu Wright. I am a licensed professional counselor associate. So what this means is I provide counseling services to any individual who is experiencing any type of mental health. This can be depression, anxiety, even CPS cases, like learning ways to parent and so forth. And I am originally from West Africa, Liberia.
Yes, LIB in the house, you guys. We've had one other LIB person on here, so it's really exciting to see someone else from there. Gorpu is a really good friend of mine. When I left Emo Talk last year and was very busy, it was because my friend here was getting married. And so we were busy last summer. Yes. So she is Mrs. Right. Okay. She's Mrs. Right. But it's really good to have you on the show, Gorpu. Thank you for coming. Yeah. Before we get started and I get to tell people the topic of today's conversation, I want to ask you a question. I know you're not excited for this one, but I'm still going to ask it.
Okay, I'm going to embarrass myself. Continue.
The question is, who was the first female president in Africa?
I know that one. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. West Africa, Liberia. Continue.
I told you don't like it. Good job. Did you guys hear that? It was Mrs. Ellen, okay? Yes. And she did her thing. Women empowerment. She was the first ever female president in Africa. And now we have our second and we have our third. It's crazy, but things are changing. Yes, so we really love to see that. But today's conversation is building and sustaining relationship or friendship in this realm. Because I thought to have this conversation because I feel like as Africans, like we don't do very well with building friendships.
Or and maintaining it.
And maintaining friendships, and especially like being up in the West, I think it gets hard because people are busy and stuff like that. So I want to ask like the first question, what would you say, before we even get into like the first question I'd like to ask about friendship, can you tell us a little bit of a background about you and I and how we met and anything you can remember from like the beginning of our friendship?
So we met at the University of Northern Iowa. This is a predominantly like Caucasian white school. So just even navigating and trying to meet people of your own kind, but also importantly people of the same mindset it's very difficult. But I remember going to that school, like, I don't really want to make new friends. I had all my friends from high school. I wasn't really interested in all of that. Yeah. But I had another friend that I met doing, when you do like the orientation. There we go. And she was like, no, you have to go meet people. Like, this is what college is about. I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. When I tell you this girl, even, like she set up the meeting, like she looked you guys up on Facebook and tell me what time it was to go to the meeting and all of those things. Yeah. I'm like, do I really have to go do this? And then I remember I went and it felt like home.
Yeah.
And I think at that time it was other really, really, really close friend,
Mhm.
Yana, who was the president, and I
Yeah.
think you was probably the vice president at that time or secretary.
I
You
was
were the vice vice president.
secretary.
No, you was the vice president because I ended up being the
Was that
secretary
really?
in like a couple of weeks.
Oh.
I don't know how, but anyways,
I don't remember.
yeah,
It's
you was
been
like
so
the
long.
you was the vice president. But I know Yana for sure was
Yeah.
the president.
Mhm.
And I remember I came in that room, and the first time we met, you was doing some event coming up,
Mhm.
and I didn't know I was going for a dance practice, but that's what like African Union does, and that's how I met y'all. We started dancing, and I just felt like at home, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, so I would say like meeting you, it was a fun date.
Mhm.
Like you came in and we had practice, and after that practice, it was just like we clicked. And
Mhm.
African Student Org like brought us together.
Mhm.
Like that was the beginning of our friendship. How would you define like a healthy friendship?
I think for me, a healthy friendship is someone who I feel a sense of safety with,
Mhm.
right? A person who is consistent, where we both give each other a sense of grace and we can forgive one another. You know what I mean? There's that trust there.
Right.
So yeah, I think that's for me. That's what it is. It's like just being consistent with each other, especially right now in adulthood.
Mhm.
We're living in both different cities.
Right.
If we're not consistent or not intentional with one another, I don't think But that's just what I feel like
Yeah.
consistency and being intentional.
And I think like earlier, when we had like talked,
Mhm.
you were also talking about like it being like life giving. It's like never wasted conversations
Oh
and
yeah, for
like
sure.
it needs to be a friendship that's full of purpose.
Oh yes, and I
Yeah.
think that's Thank you for sharing that. That's like my 100% pet peeves where like
Mhm.
I strongly do not like wasted conversation.
Mhm.
So I think when I first meet someone, that's like a thing that I look for in a person.
Right.
We're having a conversation, but when I leave this conversation, what did I learn from it?
Right.
Or did I enjoy it? It don't always have to be educational, but did I enjoy that? And I think with you, when I met you, we gravitated to each other because we're literally like two-person in the same body. You know what I mean? Yes. We're two-person in the same body. We have the same purpose, the same mindset. But then yet we're so funny, so goofy, like, just nothing have to be too serious. But we know when it's time to be serious, it's time to be serious. So yeah. So I definitely do not like wasted conversation. And you guys all know that.
Right. What you're saying is really true. Another friend of ours, and we were talking about like friendship and the shift in friendships, meaningful friendships, or depth within a friendship has shifted in generations. And one of those is like I like to think of like my grandparents. So like our grandparents' generation and then our parents' generation and then our generation, right? Like in every generation, there is those people that are the blueprint of what it looks like to have good friendships. But I often feel that like our parents' parents had good friendships, like meaningful relationships. And then our parents, I look around and my mom doesn't really have friends. Or if she does have friends, it's people that like either she's worked with, they were like practical relationships. They were not like relationships that you take in all areas of life. Whereas like for our friendship, like it's very deep. Like you are in every part of my life. It's not just like because I have a work thing or like because I have this. And the busy life doesn't take away from that. So I think the question I would really like to ask is like, when it comes to that, do you think like has people who may not have grown up seeing our parents have the best of friendships, how did we learn to make purposeful and meaningful friendships?
I think honestly, Tutu, as you're saying that, you're answering in a weird way, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes when for me,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm noticing things where it's like the opposite of what a healthy friendship is,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thriving to get that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is, for me, my family, or my parent, they're showing me like, okay, this is what not to do, because we gotta think about they're on survival mode. So it's not like they don't want friends, but they brought us here, like your mom, my mom, they brought us here on some we got to work for our kids to go to school. We got to do this. So we have some leisure time to even go and thrive for that. So I think for me, what makes me want to have those meaningful friendships is just the idea of just kind of seeing what I don't want to have, right? I don't want to just see my friends at church, or I don't want to come home and don't have that social being. Like, I want to kick you on the phone. We're social beings, so like I want to call you and talk about that. And our parents, we see like they don't have that. They're focusing on how to make sure we're good, or how to make sure people back home is good. And it don't have to be just Africans, like even American too. Like people have all these kids, like they want to make sure they're good. They don't got time for a friendship. So we're looking at that with like, that's not healthy, because you can tell your parents, are they genuinely happy, or are they living a routine lifestyle?
Yeah. And I would say also, like, when you talked about like being on survival mode, I think something else that like causes that is like, for us, for you and I, like, we come from war-torn countries. Like, your parents had to leave Liberia because there was a war, and so did my parents. So even though I'm saying that like there was this shift, the reason for that shift could be the fact that like my grandparents, they had a stable livelihood. They lived in Congo, like they were gardening, they were doing what they needed to do.
Fetching water.
But then our parents, they fled the country and had to be somewhere new. And so they were always on survival mode. Like, I don't have time to make friends because I got things to do. I need to settle here. We're always resettling and settling. And so I think that also caused our parents to like not have that attachment to friendship, or even like a stable friendship.
Yeah, you don't have time. To put it in, there's no time.
Yeah.
They're working doubles, coming back. There's no time.
Yeah. Like, what helped you build like trust, knowing that we both come from cultures where like people fear being like exposed to judgment?
You're getting deep, sister. I would say for me with you, Tulia, is our bond or connection from the first time we met was just so strong, right? And you created a sense of safety for me. I think I mentioned that. And when I feel safe, then comes vulnerability, then comes trust, right? But I can't show all of that if I feel like I gotta look over my shoulder, or if I feel like if I talk to Tulia, it will go out there. A disclaimer in the friend group. It may go out there. I'm just joking. In the friend group, hey, they can talk. I'm just messing with you. But what I'm saying is, in all serious matter, you do, you hold that. You're a safe space. You want to hear people out. Like, you're a mother. Like, you have a very motherly, you do, and you can't even go anywhere in Des Moines, and you have a lot of, how many mentors or mentees you have had and that's what you are. You want people to do better. So even in our friendship, Tutu, like, I remember there was a time where my car broke down. I don't know if you know the story, but my car broke down, and I think it was a year into our friendship in a way, you know what I mean? And we're, a year for me is good, but it's not like, we're still building.
It's not tight.
Yeah, we're still building. But I remember my car broke down, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I was living in Waterloo, and that's like a 12 to 15 minutes drive to Cedar Falls. And I'm just telling you, not expecting anything from you, but it was just like, oh my gosh, my car broke down, I got to figure it out. And I think it was in the shop too. I'm like, I need to figure out how I'm going to come to school without giving like my mom and them a hard time, And Julie was like, girl, I live on campus. Take my car. I'm like, excuse me? You want me to take your car? She was like, yeah, just take my car. And when I tell you, I was driving to your car for like a week, literally. And not one did she call me and say like, hey, I need it today. And she was walking to school, guys. Like, she was walking to school, just doing her normal thing. She never called me. She never bothered me to know what I was doing with it. And when my car was fixed, I just give her car back. It was like no issue. Some people be like, did you do this? Did you do that? Like, it was never that. And that's why I realized, like, man, this girl, like, she's my person. Like, she didn't bother me. And you just knew that I needed it, and you stepped in. And I like that.
And I think, like, over the last 10 years, it's so crazy that you say that, because I genuinely don't remember that. Like,
really? See, that's some, that's
I don't remember that happening. Like, but I don't like remember the details as you remember it. And that's the thing about in life, right? Like when you do things for people, the way people receive it, and when you give it, has a giving heart, you may not remember. But the person that's receiving it puts that in their good deeds from the other person. So it's nice that you say that.
Yeah.
Would you say our friendship has evolved the last 10 years? And if so, how?
I think so. I
Yeah.
think so. I think it have definitely gotten stronger because I feel like I said, we are, I am a mom now. I am a wife. I live in a whole different state than you. So I feel like it have gotten stronger just because I want to say in like 2022, I think me and you was going through two different struggles. You know what I mean? I'm just finding out I'm pregnant in grad school, going through my own mental stuff, and you have your own stuff going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But as much as I couldn't be present for you in that moment, just because I have my own personal stuff, or you couldn't be present for me in that moment because I have my own personal stuff, we still understood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I told you, like, sometimes a true friendship is grace and forgiveness, knowing like, man, I can't call Talia and say, hey, like, this is what I'm going through.
Yeah.
Because I know she had her own stuff going on. So I'm giving you grace, and I'm also hoping you're giving me grace to know, like, I can't, and I think around that time there was like some deaths in your family too. So it's like, I can't go to the funeral, I can't do this, I can't do that, because I'm in Vegas, right? So I think evolving is like going through those different difficulties,
Milestones.
and but then still call and say, hey sis, like, what's going on, let's talk about it. How can we be better? Like, whatever ideas I bring to you, acknowledging it. Like, we're grown now. We're not, you met me when I was what 18, 19. We're not that anymore. Like, so it had definitely evolved. We're always been understanding, but we're very understanding, if that makes sense.
And I would say like our friendship is very subtle too. Like I remember the year you're saying was a year I went through like a lot of mental struggles. And I always say this. I say it on my social media platforms. I say that it was my friends and my like family that got me out of the gutters. I didn't talk to my friends every day. My friends didn't need to like talk me out of what I was going through. They just kind of understood. They gave me the space, but they prayed for me. Like it was those things where you were like, I remember like you guys did an intervention one time for me, and you were just like, okay, we've given you enough time. Like, what the hell is going on? And for that, like, I will never not say it. Like, it's so important to have a close circle of people that understand you to an extent that even when they don't talk to you, they can kind of sense what is going on. And they can give you the grace, and they can give you the love, they can give you the support. So yeah, that's amazing that you bring that point up. Another thing is like maintaining communication. How did we maintain that communication? You just said you talked about a little like difficulty we had. That was a time in our life, all right, guys?
It wanted to finish it showed us shaggy.
It showed us shaggy.
But we here, we move.
We made it.
We move. Okay, continue.
So how has that been, like, maintaining all of your friendships? Because I think out of all of us, guys, like in our circle of friendships, Gurpu is our first, like is our second to get married. She is our first to have a child. So she gave us our goddaughter, and like she has had to like navigate marriage and like being a mother, but also still being a friend. So tell us a little bit about that.
Honestly, I will say for me, maintaining friendship or relationship really started in 2019 when I started grad school. Because if you can remember, Talia, like when we were living together, we had an apartment full of people like coming in and
all
out
the time.
Because listen, she was a presido. I became the presido. We're just showing you and I campus, just doing big. You know what I'm saying? But for me, when I went to grad school and started like counseling, it really made you vulnerable and start questioning like who you are as a person. So for me, that started there. And I think what I'm trying to get at is just the point of like who I was taking with me in my future was slowly like, it's like you got the drawing board, like what is it, the Squid Game, and you say, X, you're out.
Done.
Done. But that's I'm joking, but it was serious for me. I think I started to figure out like who's checking on me, who's calling me, because me and you give to people. We're always giving.
Yeah.
But it's like who's also giving to
back?
me?
Who's pouring into
Am I
me?
receiving? And I don't want a whole lot. I just want like, are you texting me?
Yeah.
Checking on me. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So I think for me that started in 2019, and I started to like take people out, and a lot of time the term intentional just started coming to me. So if I'm having a birthday dinner, I'm not inviting the whole you and I, like the African Union. I am only inviting the selected people who I knew was showing up for me or texting me when I had this crazy schedule. You know what I mean? Because I'm working, going to school, all of those type of things. So that's kind of what maintaining it. So I knew when I graduated with my master, the girls who was there in that circle, I knew that, okay, now I can, text you and don't need nothing back. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not doing the square game no more because
we're safe.
You're safe. I like that. Yes, you're safe. So I'm not thinking about what you're pouring back into me.
Yeah.
Because you already done it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So maintaining for me right now is, all right, my daughter started daycare. I'm texting you guys like the school, like, oh, she's going to school, or what is it? Recently it was crazy week whatever. Yeah. I'm sending you guys everything, so you guys never have to feel like you miss a milestone,
Yeah.
Or sometimes we'll randomly call each other like, hey, I haven't talked to you in like a month, like what's up? And that's fine to catch me off guard. What is 9 o'clock random call? So we're calling, we're sending pictures, anything that Tulia have going on, she's telling me, like, I'm never surprised. And the same is for you. Even you might text me and be like, hey, let's set up a time to talk. I'm like, we're really getting older. And we'll joke like, are we really setting time to talk?
We're very intentional about it.
So maintaining a relationship is me making sure I'm updating her in whatever it is I'm going. Even if it's a crazy idea, I'm running it by Tulia and saying like, hey, what's next? So yeah.
No. Basically. Great point. But before we get into what I want to say next, I'd like you guys to subscribe if you haven't already done so. So many of you are watching and not subscribed. Please, please, and please subscribe. So it's amazing that you do say that, because I think that like in the African community, right? Specifically, because that's the community I know. Or I should say in the Congolese community specifically, you have a lot of people who will advise their kids, oh, you're going to go get married now. Please leave all of your unmarried friends behind. Don't take them anywhere with you. And so you have people who don't maintain their friendship from their singlehood into their marriage because, oh, they're not married. There will be a bad influence on your marriage. And I just want to say for anyone out there that may be listening to this and that may be going through that, please don't leave your friends behind. If you did the square game and cut the people,
won't do square game. Go ahead.
Cut the people out that needs to be cut out. That may be a bad influence on you. Go ahead and do so. Why did you even carry them all along? If you cannot maintain your friends after a big milestone has happened to you, were they your friend in the first place? Like, why do you need them there?
Yeah, and I would say too, like, I don't like that idea. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day is the reason why I even married that man is because you guys all approve.
We did.
Okay?
We
so
did.
It's like with any friendship or relationship, you also have to question, would this person fit into my friend group? Would they, you know what I'm saying? Like, would they really be able to conversate with this person?
It's so crazy because, oh my God, it's so crazy because whenever I'm dating anyone, I'm thinking like, will my friends approve of this man?
As you should.
Will this man get along with my friends?
Roast them.
Will they be able to like come around? Will they?
Those are very important questions.
Because I think like, I always think of Deshay and Matthew and how they're my brothers. Like, they are my brothers. And when I tell this to people, they're like, your friend's husband.
Yes, they should be your brother.
They are my brothers.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
exactly.
We get down. We are friends.
Exactly.
Like, they will check on me outside of the friendship that I have with their wife. Like, we have built our own friendship. They check in. I check in. Because there are things that my friend may not tell me. you know. But that's her husband. If I want to know, I'm gonna get to the source. Dude, what's going on? Y'all good?
Right.
You know, so
Definitely.
I think it's that point on maintaining it and just how you always send us videos of what Sevo has done. Like, man, you don't know. Some days those videos save us.
Aww.
Like, no, for real. There are days I'm going through a really tough day at school and her picture just pops up. You send a picture and I'm like, oh, she's so adorable. Like,
I appreciate that.
and then like my whole day is just like renewed.
Aww.
Like you
got recharged.
You know, so yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for all these years. Honestly, like you are such a good friend.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Have we ever hurt each other?
I don't think so. But as you hear me, I'm going to your mom. No, we have not hurt each other, and that's crazy because I have lived with this girl, so we've been through the trenches. You know what I mean? And we have never like hurt each other. I don't think I've ever been even disappointed. Yeah, because hurt is strong. Let's start small. You know,
Disappointed.
Have I even been disappointed? Let's start from there first.
No, that's yeah. No, we've never gotten into anything that where we left each other. And we are the type of people that if you do something, I will run to your mother. Like,
well, I was not saying no. I think you want to say you're run to
I will run to your mother. Like, I will tell your mother, like, get your daughter, you know? Yeah. And we're also, like, I remember talking to you and you're just saying how, like, if there were ever anything, we'll sit down, we'll talk about it. Yeah. Because I remember when we were about to room together, we had gotten an apartment and everybody was saying, hey, it's not a good idea, or you guys will lose your friendship. You cannot do this to each other. You will not come out on the other side.
Two different cultural merchants
together.
It's not gonna...
And people were just like, don't do it. I was scared a little bit. But then I also knew, Kopo is my sister. She's like my big baby sister. Like, there's no way we cannot come out on the other side.
And we'll communicate well. You know, it's like whenever there was like a glitch, and it was little things, guys. We're talking about this one right here would tell me how she don't want to wash dishes though because she's from a big family, so we'll have to have a pile of dishes at the restaurant because she'll come and wash. I said, do you see any of your brother here? I love like, do you see your brother's hair? I better go wash. You better go wash that dishes. So that's what she meant by like, you know, big sister in a way, little sister. Do you? Shukuru here? Andre, is he here? Please don't piss me off. But we'll laugh about it. It was never like, oh, I'm mad. Let me go in the room. No. If I in the room too much, what's like, happening?
Us living together even like made our bond grow so much stronger. Like I got to know a lot more about Dishe. Dishe became my brother there. Like that's where he became my brother.
Yeah.
And so like if you go and live together with your friend, please just communicate. So nothing is hard in this life. Nothing is hard.
Yeah, it made us stronger too.
Yeah. What doesn't kill you make you stronger.
Doesn't kill you make you stronger. Okay, I just had to let that out.
But how will friendship kill yourself?
Somebody can kill you.
Come out.
Somebody can kill you. In my library English. Somebody will finish you. Unrecognizable. Hey.
Unhealthy people.
What is it? How do you say it? Unrecognizable.
Unrecognizable.
Jesus. English is not my first language. Continue.
So understand, please. So to a more serious note, have you ever had to walk away from a friendship?
I think they say will kill you. Yes. I haven't really walked away from a whole lot of friendship. I will say, just really one friendship I ever really had to walk away from, and this was like a friend that I met in like high school. But I think honestly, as I'm looking back into my adult brain right now, I just felt like that individual has so much going on for them. Like when I mean like, you know, grief, trauma, it's just so much that was happening to them at that moment. And then there's me where I'm going into my internship in grad school, right?
And you're
And
navigating adulthood.
Yeah, and I was working, I was bossing my butt off. Like I'm working, and that same summer I was relocating to a whole different state.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, and then even with my now husband, so that's another change. You know what I mean? Like you're about to live with somebody, you guys are going to Vegas. So it was a whole lot going for me in that aspect. And when I moved, you know, the unexpected started happening. That 1 month were rough. That was like, all right, Princess Gorpu, the horse, the horse is gone. Literally. So I feel like it was a lot going on just that month that I didn't reach out to this friend and say, hey, how are you navigating, everything? Because I'm a very intentional friend. Like, I will reach out to you, make sure you're okay. And I'm always doing that. It's not because I want to reward. I just want to make sure you're okay.
Right.
And I think I did not do that for that month or whatever it was because I really was going through my own thing. You know what I'm saying? But I think that person wanted a certain friend that I couldn't be at that time. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? That person deserved to have the friend that it needed. You know what I mean? I just couldn't give it in that moment.
And looking back, do you think that even if you could have been that friend, like, would it suffice?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Looking back, I don't know. Because I think it will always still be that egg that you don't want to crack. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know if I would have did much.
And because there are
grief is hard.
Where, like, the person has to figure it out on their own.
Yeah, and they're dealing with some real stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're grieving. Like, the most important person just,
vanished.
Yeah. So I think it was them dealing with whatever they got going on. I can't help that. I can be present, but there's so much I can do. You understand what I'm saying? So I just felt like that was a huge loss, actually, because I genuinely like that person. Like, I genuinely love that person. You know what I mean? And I remember, like, getting married. I was talking to my husband. I was like, man, like, this person would have been, not wish. I said, this person would have been there. No, not in a bad way. Yeah, I was like, no. I said, this person would have been there, because you start to reflect on where you're at in life when you're getting big milestone. Yeah. And the reason why I said not wish, not to take no disrespect to this person, because I generally value them now. I just think that it's been over a decade and some change. It's different mindset. I don't know what she got going on. I don't know what I got going on. So it's like, do we even enjoy each other whatever
company anymore?
Yeah, so that's not what I'm saying. So I'm saying, like, I hope that God is healing this person. I hope that wherever they're at, it's good for them. You know what I mean? I just don't think, I'm okay here. If we ever cross paths, hey, what's up? Let's talk about it. But I'm still far away. So, like, what's going to change? You know what I mean? But that is a loss. Like, that was one friendship where I think it scares you to even want to make friends with other people. Because I remember, I think we had this conversation where I was like, I don't even know if I want to make friends here anymore. Because you start thinking about, like, are you telling me, like, my yin to my yang is not here anymore? But I think I needed that, too. I needed that to be able to grow as a person.
Oh, I bet I appreciated it, because now how we grow well. We bonded. I'm a territorial friend, guys. Like, very, very territorial. I like my friends to be my friends. It's not a bad thing.
She's not joking.
I'm not joking at all.
No at all. But that was a very interesting thing to navigate for sure.
Yeah. I remember losing a friendship right before we lived together.
Yes, girl.
And there was so much drama around that. But I remember, like, when I think about it, like, damn, I gave so much into that person. So much of myself. I, like, poured myself out.
And then now I want to be a devil advocate for you, because I love you, right? But in that moment, I think that person too are also going through their own stuff.
And so, exactly, that's what I want. That's why I was saying that, like, in the end, it's never really about other person. It's
because I love that person still. Okay, I say my babe now.
It's okay now. It's okay.
We start fighting on the.
It's okay. It's okay. But no, I think that, like, in the end, you have to realize that, like, I just cannot be what this person needs at this time.
That's what I'm saying.
And maybe, like, my time in that person's life was just over. And you have to be willing to accept that and just walk
What
away.
is it? Listen, guys. Side note, I like reality TV. In my Nini Leaks voice, the door
Is closed.
Go ahead.
No, seriously, you have to accept that and you have to embrace that change is coming and that is okay.
Exactly.
And that's how I healed because I was like, you know what? When I was there, I was fully there. There was no malice.
Man, I like that.
You know what I mean?
I was fully there.
I was fully there. And when it was time to go, I left.
Exactly. And that's why that's why I said I don't know if I want the person back. That's what I meant. Because it's like we have grown. I don't know where you're at. Yeah. You know what I mean? I've had a baby.
You've graduated. You went through pregnancy. I beg.
Yeah.
Many things have changed. So what would you say? How important would you say having a tribe is?
Oh, it is very important. It is needed to society. If you don't have it, I strongly recommend it. What?
Please go get yourself a tribe.
Exactly. It's very important because, like, not even want to go too deep, but all of my girls in my tribe have show up some type of way, like literally. And not only them, I'm talking about like their parents showing up. So I'm gonna just say something really quickly, like a quick example. One of my friend mom, there was something really unfortunate happened here with the rain. It happened like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, flooding.
Literally. And I didn't even tell, and I'm gonna say the names. I didn't even tell Patton this, right? Her mom called me and said, "Hi, baby." I'm like, "Hi." She was like, "You okay? You safe?" I said, "Yeah, I'm good." She was calling to check on me to make sure I'm good.
Right.
She didn't. I'm pretty sure her daughter don't even know she called me, and she don't got
friendship has
she don't got to call her daughter.
surpassed generations.
And my mom, dad, I said, "No, we're safe, we're good."
Yeah.
But that meant a lot to me because that's what a tribe is. A tribe is just not, your friend, is your friend family. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna give this other example and I'll be done, I promise. But another tribe thing is like one of our really good friends too, like I'm gonna give name again, Faith, right? Or just everybody, like all of them are so awesome. I can't really like amazing. I was moving from Vegas to Texas. I called Faith. I'm like, "Hey, I really need assistance." She said, "What's up?" I'm like, my grandma, she's not really fluent in English. I'm like, "I need someone who will be able to assist her to go to Iowa, like take her back while I take my daughter to Texas. And then we're going to come back here and help me move." Okay. When I tell you, it wasn't the inch off. She didn't even like, nothing. She was like, "Okay, I'm going to do you." I said, "I'll book your flight." She was like, "No, sis, I got you." She booked her flight, came to Vegas for a week and a half. She took my grandma to Iowa.
Came back within
we did a 24-hour flight. She took my grandma to Iowa. I took my daughter to Texas. We both flew back to Vegas. We moved. And not only that, my husband drives trucks. So me, her, my husband in that truck. She was like, "How did I find myself here?" But the story is she like helped me, did not even question. You don't even have friends doing that. Or another friend, Yena called. She texted me one morning and said, "Oh, sis, just want to let you know your daughter's in my will." I was like, "Okay, sis." Like that's
just a random thing.
But
that's such a big life decision.
Like I'm like, girl.
Yeah. No, for real.
But all I'm saying is all of my tribe are amazing. Even with like I mentioned Patton and mom, but Patton also step up all the time. Like when my daughter was born, she literally sent my daughter money. If it's February have 28 days in a month, she would send her $28 and say put in her fundings. Like this is something that we've been doing. Those are people who are intentional and people who wants to make you know like, "Hey, I am here for you. I love you." Whatever and it don't always have to be, you do. And then listen, in the friendship, your tribe, it's not when you do me, I do you. No. Because they're doing these things and I don't have to tell you.
There is nothing in the back of their mind. They're just doing it because they want to.
Exactly. Like when you do things for me, it's not, or you do things for Seven, you're not thinking like,
you do me.
Or you're not thinking that when I have my own baby girl, we have to do that. No, I don't. You don't expect nothing. You know I'm going to show up and I'm going to show up for my future niece and nephew.
Yes, I am.
But I'm just saying like, it just.
And it might be different and that's okay.
Exactly.
Right.
So, yeah, just different examples.
No, for real.
I think that's. Tribe.
No, get yourself a tribe. Like a tribe is so important. You guys, as she was saying her own example, let me make I give you my own example. That happened recently. My friends now came together, you guys. It was Teachers Appreciation Week. Oh, my friends came together. They bought me things. They like, oh my God. I went home to Yena and there was a whole box full of things. And then there was money in an envelope. As a teacher, anyone that's in education understands how much how deep that cuts into.
Aw.
Because I went back to school. I'm showing off on everybody. I'm like,
Aw.
look, oh, my friends got me this, the handwritten letter. I'm like, look, oh, my friends. No,
Yeah.
I was just like, Omo, this thing is a serious something.
Yeah, we want to know. We
It's
appreciate, we
just
love
like, it's just like those little things that may seem so little to somebody else
you. Mhm.
that you just see and you're like,
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm loved. Like, it was such a great reminder, and it was such a terrible time of the school year. Like, it was towards the end of the school year, and I'm going like, I'm ready to give up. Oh, like, this school year is taking forever.
Mhm.
But my friends came through, and I was just like, and like she said, just get yourself a tribe. Oh, get yourself friends that care for you, that
Yes,
loves
ma'am.
you, that look out for you.
Mhm.
You know. Anyways, we're finishing this up, and I want to know: is
Oh,
there
okay.
anything that you would like to add on to this, or like your dream for African women when it comes to like just building a group of friends and having people that they connect with deeply?
Yeah, I would say finishing thought is regardless of who you're meeting, whether it is in an African setting, Black American, whatever it is, Asian, I don't care. When you're interacting and really building relationship, number one, be your authentic genuine self.
Ooh.
Right, literally. So because you don't want to be pretending, be who you are, whether it's goofy, whatever it is, be that person. And then also realize, like, okay, when I'm hanging out with this person or with these people, am I making or having those like intentional conversation that I mentioned? Intentionality means like, are we sitting there and jizzing about
Other
people? Or are we sitting there and you telling me, sis, like, what you want to do? And I'm telling you my dreams. And not only are you helping me create the dreams, but you're literally there and saying like, oh, sis, I got you. What you want me to do? Because sometimes people will listen to your thoughts, right? They're either going to downplay it because, most time people want to just see you like, oh, today was bad. Or they'll comfort you. Rejoice with me too.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just different things like that. And just making sure that you feel like you can grow with these people. If you're not growing,
there's nothing
move.
there. Move. Yeah.
And lastly, if you are in a friend group where you feel like y'all can't talk amongst yourself, but when you leave, they're going to talk amongst themselves and you're out of the picture, leave. Because I want to talk a month. I want to be a month. Let's talk about the conversation. Let's chat. Not when I leave.
You're talking.
Did you know what this person said? Mm-mm. So be your true self. Have a person who will give you grace and forgiveness. Have mutual respect. Be consistent and be very intentional.
Yeah, I like that.
Yep.
That's a good ending point. Before we close off, I'd just like to say that like another thing that I've learned within this friendship is that Gorpu and all my other friends, they're not people that I just share happy moments with.
Exactly.
And they're not people that I just share like my sad moments with. And we had seen a video earlier this month or last month now, where this person was talking about a friendship where you can share about the great things that are happening to you. Because there are friends that when you share the good things that are happening with you, they're jealous of you, they're envious of you, they're run away. This friends that I have, I pride myself, like some of my biggest blessings in life has been the family I was born into and the friendships I've made. Honestly, because greatest blessings. Because through my friends, like I have grown in spirituality.
Yes. We don't play about that.
Like I have grown in my faith. I have grown in the way I connect with my family. I have grown in so many aspects. And it's because of what we have going. I can come to you and say, Gopu, planning this and this and this. And when it comes through, I'll still come back to you and you'll rejoice with me.
First of all, how can I help? Like, how can
like,
I have access to this?
We make it happen and then we rejoice in the end.
Exactly.
We made it happen. So it is so important to find a group of people, even if it's just one person that you can run to in your moments of joy, and they will be overjoyed for you.
Yeah, it's very important. And we're social beings.
We're social beings. We
Mhm.
need each other.
Mhm.
We need each other so much. Man, thank you so much. This
I
was
love
so
you.
sweet. Thank you, thank you. Doesn't my baby look good, you guys? Anyways, thank you so much for coming on here. Thank you guys for listening. Please, if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. We are on all social media platforms. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Please subscribe. Okay. Much love from Emo Talk. Mwah.
Emo.
I'm also guilty of this this experience is everybody has gone through something. Women have gone through a lot that we don't see, that we don't hear, that we don't talk about.
Right.
I want to encourage those who are going through that phase in their life is to know that you'll come out of what you're going through.
Yeah, I like that.
You'll come out and you'll come out stronger. I want you to stay encouraged. I want you to be where you are happy, right? If you're in a room or in a house that you just feel so drained, step outside, like go out for a walk, go for ice cream, like do something to where it's bringing back some fulfillment, some happiness into your day, even if it's for 1 hour.
Emo Talk Show.